I'm Sean Myers here on the Westmoreland Sports Network, joined by Denny Little, the head coach of the Penn-Trafford Warriors softball team, as they're back in the postseason in Class 5A. And first off, Denny, I know 2023 was kind of an unusual down year for the Warriors, but PT has bounced back in a big way this season. 12 wins and a good seed as well, the fourth seed. So what was key to bounce back season and having that success once again here this year?
Well, it did start last year with that unsuccessful season. I mean, during that time, there were a lot of younger role players that learned a lot, and that's what you need to do from losing. Um, and we were near the end of the year last year. We were right in every ball game, even down to the wire with Trinity in our first playoff game, and they eventually won the WPIAL last year. So. That played a big hand in, just a learning experience last year. Younger players starting to, learn their roles and take over. And then this year, started out rough with Southmoreland. I mean, we were kind of shocked, and they put it together after that and learned from that and kept their guard up and just went on from there and started a pretty good run after that.
I know you have a lot of really talented upperclassmen who you probably lean upon, but you also have a young pitcher in Allison Pallone, and I was impressed when I saw her against Hempfield area. What stands out about her?
She's a workhorse on the mound. She is not a high strikeout pitcher. She does strike kids out. She probably has 80 innings and maybe 65, 70 strikeouts, was almost, what you're looking for with a strikeout per inning. But her resolve, her maturity beyond her years, really sticks out for Allison. It may be because some of the other stuff she's experienced. She's a really, really good singer. She sang for the WPIAL basketball championships down at the Pete, sang the national anthem. And when you face it like adversity or high stress situations like that, whether it be singing and before it was karate with some of my girls, she's well rounded, and that really gives her a lot of experience beyond her years.
Did you teach any of them how to sing or how to do karate?
Oh yeah, I work on that Tai Chi all the time with my youngsters in the gym class. Yeah, right. And I try to sing, and they all run. So I mean, it's not good.
We talk about her, obviously an underclassman, but who are some of those veteran leaders that you're going to count on, especially now you get to the postseason?
Well, mostly our senior leaders, and we have one junior who has been a leader, since he stepped in as a freshman in Camp Punko. But our senior leaders, Matt Canan, our catcher, and our first baseman, Aaron Drodis, they're our only seniors. But they are small in number, but big in heart, and they keep the boat afloat and keep the kids focused on what they need to be focused on. It's kind of nice. Mike and I were talking, Mike Cleland, and we were talking about this year's team in comparison to other teams, and we're having a lot of fun with these girls and the leaders that we have in Mac and Aaron really help us to keep it fun. It's a lot different when you're not coaching your own kid, and you don't really have a horse in a race. But I mean, it's they've turned into our kids, and those are our leaders. Those two plus definitely Cam with just a leader by example.
So you finished runner-up in the section to Armstrong, but you get the number 4 seed. How did that align with what maybe you had expected your seeding to be?
Well, I mean, we could have been anywhere between probably 5 and 8 is what I was thinking. I was thinking probably 5. And, it really, to me, I mean, it doesn't matter where you're seated. The best team, comes out winning in the end. I know one year we were seated 1, and North Hills shocked us early, and they went on to win the WPIAL. They were 9, and they took their seed, and they were mad about it, and they should have been seated higher, but they won the WPIAL probably because of that slight. So I mean, I really don't put a lot of stock into trying to predict where we're going to be. Just try to prepare the girls for a softball game.
You go against number 13 seed Bethel Park, and it's going to be the second time that you'll play the Blackhawks this season. You played them already, but it was a long time ago, back on March 25th. So I'm guessing your
Yeah.
team and their team look a little bit different, but what's key against them, and can you take anything from that first encounter?
Honestly, you really can't. I mean, you can go day to day, and it's so different. Teams. I do know when teams get to see you once or twice, they tend to do better against you the next time. So you really got to prepare and maybe do a few things differently. So, I mean, I can't even remember their pitcher. I'm sure our girls don't remember what the pitcher is. We're gonna have to pull up a video, maybe our game changer video that we had on the game, and look at it and see, what she did. It might not even be the same pitcher. So it's just what you do with from within, preparing your girls for every game, each game, one at a time.
And lastly, I know you're excited about the opportunity to start this at West Mifflin on Monday, but to make a deep run, you have to have a lot of things go in your favor. And you've been part of teams that have made deep runs, obviously winning a state title. So when you think back to those great successes, yeah, right behind you, you think back to those great successes, what's kind of the common thread that you need to try to replicate again this year?
Every team's different. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, our 19 team, I had 1 through 9. Any girl could pop the ball over the fence. And in our 21 team, same thing. And like I said, I mean, I guess the common thing would be batting over 350 and having on base around 450 to score enough runs to provide for your pitcher. Our pitcher's ERA is in the threes. We need to score 4 more runs to win the game. The way we do that is keep our batting average above, or not. I don't even worry about batting average. I worry about on base percentage. Keep the OBA above 450, and we'll score more than 4 runs a game. And that's basically a common thread. You do have to have the senior leadership, which we have this year, and you have to have some underclassmen who take that role as a leader by example, which we also have this year. But as well as me, you step out on that field, anything can happen any given day. But I do like our chances with the chemistry that we have on the team right now. I also made comparisons. Talking with Mike Cleland and Jason Canan last night. You got to have a catcher. Everyone says, "Oh, you got to have the pitcher." Yes, that's true. But you got to have a catcher who can get you out of some big situations. And Matt Canan has done that so many times this year. And we look back and compared it with Carly Lamaze, and she's actually has 2 more pickoffs this year than Carly had in 19, which is and I remember her getting us out of big innings against some big, good teams with maybe a pickoff at first or third, or even throwing a runner out at second. So all that has to play a hand in it. There's so much, and the stars got to line up right.
Well, hopefully they align for you this postseason. Denny, thanks as always taking the time. We appreciate it, and good luck in the playoffs.
All right. Thanks, Sean. Always great to hear from you.